Welcome back to the channel. My name's Adrian and this is my weekly channel update. This is where I look at the books that I've bought or been sent to me this week, which is now actually becoming a sort of early look at, wow, the books that I'm going to be reviewing on this channel. That's kind of like, it's kind of like a teaser segment now of what's coming up. I'll then discuss the games that I've played, sadly only 2. It was just one of those weeks that sort of, well, nothing sort of came together on some of the evenings when I was meant to be playing stuff. And then I'll have the conversation point. So I finally hit 2,000 subscribers. It was about half a day after last week's video where I hit the 2,000. And this was the video I wanted to do last week. So this is going to be, I'm going to be looking at some YouTube channels that I watch and that I recommend. There's 3 there that really were the inspiration for the channel, and then the rest are, and I don't want this to sound, how can I say this? These are channels that I think should be bigger than they are, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to sort of throw them out on the channel, discuss little bits about what they do, why I enjoy them, what I like watching on the channel. So hopefully you guys that watch my channel will go and watch those videos too, but not stop watching me. You're not allowed to not watch me because you're watching them instead because they do it better. You're not allowed, okay? Right, as always, actually, no, I want to start with a little bit of news and some sort of, well, not serious news, but obviously one of the big things starting this channel, obviously my love of role-playing, but my dyslexia and the struggles I've had in life. And I've been trying to find people to come alongside, help me on the channel, someone to sort of share that I can send subscribers to, both children. And over the last sort of week I have come to an agreement with here. So this is Dyslexia Coventry, so it's local to me. It's actually the city that I went to university in, and my brother lives there, so it is sort of very, I'm not too far away from it as well, so we're sort of like 30 miles away, so it's quite nice. So Sarah, the lady that run it, is more than qualified. She's got years and years of experience in this. Every one of my videos I will now put links in for this, so you can contact her on a variety of different places. She's done some work with Rob here. There's a variety of videos you can follow on Instagram, Facebook, variety of different things. It's all in here. So this will be embedded in every description of every video I now do. So thank you, Sarah, for allowing me to refer on to you. And I've got plans for things I want to make and create, and I'm hoping to catch up with Sarah at some stage to sort of discuss my plans, keeping it secret, close to my chest for now. But there will be things coming to help dyslexics within the role-playing environment is the plan, what I'm trying to do. Okay, so that is my bit of news. Oh, I should say she also is qualified to do dyslexic tests in this country. They are not cheap, unfortunately, but these are actually cheap compared to other places that I've seen. So again, all the links are in there. So if you think you might be dyslexic, or especially if you think your children are, then please get in either contact with me or directly to Sarah, and we can see how we can go from there. And you know, diagnosis is key. Early identifying is most important. Okay, so that's my news for the week. So what books have I had come in? I'm going to start with, I'm not going to show all these books because I ended up buying on my other channel, which is Old Boys New Toys. I talk about all my Kickstarters, and the bundles are all over on that channel. So I ended up with this old school Essentials Advanced Fantasy. So it's more PDFs of the original books that I had. So I've got the books down here. But it does come with so Anthology 1 and 2, and then some other adventures. So in total, I've got another 7 adventures to show, including the Halls of the Blood King, which is something that's been recommended to me several places on Facebook and over on Discord. People have said that I should get it because it's a vampiric adventure for old school essentials. And I actually worked out that buying this bundle was half the price of just one of the PDFs alone. no-brainer, so I've just grabbed this. So I've got 7 more adventures to go through, so I'll link the Humble Bundle and the video for the other channel in there, so if you want to go and grab that, then please do so. It's not an affiliate link, it doesn't make any difference to me. Right, so what else have I had bought or sent? This was a big week for me, so I was sent a couple of books by Chaosium. So I got the Age of Vikings. I've already done a full review. It is on the channel, so I'm not going to really touch on it. But I like Vikings. I like Chaosium Basic. Go and watch the review. You know it's going to be quite a book that I enjoy because I've talked about it as soon as I got it and read it. So yeah, that is Age of Vikings. Thank you, Chaosium, for sending me both the PDF and a physical copy. Deathmatch Island. I picked up Deathmatch Island after playing this a few weeks ago, and Rob, one of my best friends, we actually got together on Old Boys New Toys, and we did our first combined review, and we thought we'd do Deathmatch Island, which was again same game we played. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. So again, I'll put a link for that in the video description. So if you want to go and watch us grinding out, learning how to review a book with 2 of us. You know, I'm still learning how to review a book with just me, let alone getting Rob on the channel. We had good fun doing it. We're going to do more. I think it's probably going to be a fortnightly thing, but yeah, they're going to bet that they will be over there. Then picked up Hellmarch, which is volume 1 of a mass combat rulebooks for Shadow Dark and Old School Essentials. It's a 38-page book. Well, zine technically, isn't it? So, and it will just teach you how to do, as it says, mass combat, which I haven't had a chance to look at yet, but it does. I like the idea of this because you can then play any of those sort of more grandiose, playing a lord or a warlord type character. So you can just put that in, and it takes you through all the rules here. So we've got initiative, momentum, morale, lost, defeats. Indoor combat, indoor mass combat. Okay, interesting. Then obviously you're going to get outdoor combat as well, army building, and then examples of play, which is good. Cubicle 7 then sent me very kindly, so thank you. So this is their latest zine. I thought it was going to be for 5th edition. It's not. So this is Thrall of the... Was it Thrall? I can't even find the title here. Thrall of the Everhuman something. Why doesn't it say what it's called on the PDF? Why don't these companies ever do proper covers on their PDFs? But this just looks... it's an adventure. For Old School Essentials, you can do Shadow Dark, Castles and Crusades, probably 1st and 2nd edition. Then obviously Dungeons and Dragons. It's not hyperlinked, but this is a sort of Sinner's Dark. It's very much, I would say, more Borg-inspired mini zine adventure. It's kind of gross in parts. I hopefully get this out in the next couple of weeks. It's a lovely, lovely book. I did really enjoy reading this through. Lots of sort of demons and those sort of things in here. I'm not going to show much more. Artwork is amazing. Sadly, it doesn't tell you what it's called on the front. Then picked up Runes. So William from Runeforge and I will be doing next week. We're going to get together and do a few joint reviews because he does very similar things to me. I'm going to talk about him in the other, when we look at YouTube channels. So I've picked Runes. So we're going to review this one together. I'm not going to go, we'll go. It's got a little bit of an adventure. So I've been recommended that I pick this up by, again, a variety of people on Facebook. So we will go through this as a joint venture. He's picked up a book, so we're going to record them both. And we're going to put one out on each of our channels. Then Sentience is finally here by Al Spader from the Yellow Hand. So I backed this on Kickstarter, I want to say 4 months ago, something like this. And it's one of the most beautiful, futuristic books that I've got. And the plot's amazing. You basically play robots that have been sent to colonize a planet. For whatever reason, there was a slight detour. They've then built this planet here, as you can see, built up the city, and then over time, a load of the robots woke up and they've got sentience, they've got a soul, they've got feelings. And you're playing the game on how you then react to other robots. Also, the worry, the fear that the humans are going to turn up at some stage. And because the humans obviously are technically owners, they control you. So, how are you going to accept the humans when they come back? Also, there are other factions. So there are other factions of robots that like the humans and are happy still to be subservient to them when they arrive. And there are factions of robots that don't like them. So yeah, I've got a full review coming of this. It's going to be out once the Kickstarter sort of physical copies are available. So it's going to run alongside when it's freely available. Soulblight is a Shadow Dark setting by Lauren David Wegan that is one that people have been asking me to cover now for about a month. They've been like, Soulblight it's one of the ones that's gaining momentum because I've covered, Chubby Funksters and Femoria. And so I've picked up Soulblight. It's 191 page. And this is different because this has actually got coloured art in here. And it looks very much sort of the Roman Greek type sort of setting, if that makes sense. Haven't looked at it at all. All I did was like flick through and went, oh, colour art. And we've got, what looks like pyramids in here. And again, this is a nice, refreshing thing. I've just seen Xerxes, so there's a good chance this is actually going to be based. I wonder whether it's going to be a real setting because Xerxes was the immortal lord at Thermopylae. So maybe we shall see. Don't know. Waiting to see. But this looks very Roman. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is a. But this is. This might jump further up the list of reviews now. This actually looks like something I want to start reading tonight. Problem is, this font used is a little bit difficult for me. I don't know how you're finding that your end. I'm not a massive fan of that, and I really struggle to read anything off black backgrounds, which is why I hated the original Alien by Free League. Well, I found that really difficult, and I'm glad that the 1.2 of the latest edition is going to be back on the white background. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to read this. It makes me very tired, and I get bored really easy because it's so tiring to read. But I will get through it, and I will get this reviewed on my channel. We've then got, and this is Bill's fault, who again I will talk about on some of the channels, and a little bit of Matt, one of my best mates. He loves Star Trek, I love Star Wars. We've always had that, which is better. This uses Modiphius's 2D20 system. Should have said that. The same as Sentience does. And Al is the person that got me back into playing 2D20 because when I played Sentience when he ran it, I really enjoyed it. And I'm using the 2D20 system to play Fallout every other week as well. So absolutely brilliant system. I'm really enjoying it now. So I have picked up the second edition of Star Trek Adventures here. I don't know whether I'm going to get it played. I like the idea of Star Trek. I've never been a Trekkie, if that makes sense. I like the original series with Shatner and Nimoy. So hopefully, maybe I'll get it played. I'm watching a fair chunk of Bill's YouTube channel, which is why he's in here. He's an incredibly nice guy, but we'll come to that when I get onto the YouTube channel. So this is the second edition. Hopefully, these are all sort of things that I'm going to get reviewed at some stage. Chaosium again knocked it out the park. I haven't put the Pendragon in here. So they also sent me Pendragon, the Games Masters book, which I've done the review on. That's already on my channel and up. So thank you again for Chaosium. But more importantly, thank you for this as well. Well, not more importantly, equally as important, the Sutra of the Pale Leaves, so the Twin Suns Rising, which, as you can see, is an encountering the King in Yellow in 1980s Japan for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. What an amazing cover. What an amazing idea for an adventure. I cannot show you any more because there's a review embargo on this because I got this incredibly early. This is all you're going to see. I've started going through this and I really, really like it and can't wait to get the full review, get the camera on, talk about it, and then get this run. It's a really, really good idea for a plot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think it can come out in about 3 weeks from now, which is, it's nice that Chaosium have sent it me. I'll clarify the exact date. Well, you'll know when it comes out, okay? And then finally, I have got here the Chateau Amongst the Stars, which is an adventure for 6th to 7th level. This has been sent to me by Anthony Efzini. I think that's how it's pronounced. Very kindly sent it to me over on Facebook after finding me on the one of the Facebook groups. And this is just an adventure, which I say it's not just an adventure. I don't mean like that. So we've got a sorcerer here who was experimenting with harvesting the energy from a void to create copies of Cytherean Cog, and he intends to use Cytherean mechanism to undo the death of his beloved wife Margaret. You don't need to know any more than that. What else could go wrong? None of these things ever go wrong when you try and change physics or biology to bring your dead wife back. So there's your plot. And it's for high-level characters, so you can imagine the man that's doing this is probably pretty tough. Okay, so that's it. All games I played. Yeah, got to talk to the games I played. So I only played 2 this week. So on Sunday, I carried on the testing with Chubby Funster. We are still doing on ShadowCity. We're going to be doing that for a few more weeks. It is coming to Kickstarter. I think it's aiming for June, July at the latest. And this is a Shadow Dark setting with vampires. Not going to say anything else, because go and follow Chubby on social media. He talks about it a little bit more on there. I just don't know what I can and can't say, so I don't really want to get into saying too much. And then, well, yeah, so that is the one. And then on Monday afternoon, I sat down with Todd and played Horde Wars Advanced, which I said at the time, I think it's going to be one of the games of the year. And it was an absolute blast. I had an amazing time with Todd. My players had an amazing time playing it when we played it at our games weekend. We have agreed that once Talislanta is finished, which should be a week or 2, we're then going to start the campaign. Well, it's not a campaign in the book, but there is a campaign setting within the book itself, and we're going to run. I am going to run that, and I cannot wait. My interview with Todd is now live on the channel, so you should be able to see that. We talk an awful lot about Horde Wars. Go and watch it. But also his next 2 projects are discussed, and both of which are amazing. I sat down and did some development stuff with Todd on Friday as well. We were just talking about the book, and he was showing me bits from the new book, and we were discussing powers and throwing things back to forward. So we're going to book a few more of these sessions in. Am I now a game developer? I don't know. But it's just really interesting actually seeing how it works, and I think he's fully aware that I really love it. So it's nice to be involved in the new things, and it's given me some ideas of something that I might create off his amazing rule system. But I'm not going to say any more, because I like to do things, not say that I'm going to do things. I'm one of those people, because I always think if you tell people you're going to do it, a lot of the time you then lose the emphasis. So just do stuff if you're going to do it in life, and then tell people after you've done it. That's my tip. Right, so what I want to do now is just get into and have a look at so these are the sort of YouTube channels that I sort of recommend, that I think they should be bigger than they are, if that makes sense, because I've been watching them for a while. I enjoy all of them and what they do, but I want to just start. And the reason and the motivation for this is that I've hit 2,000 subscribers. My channel's growing really well. So thank you to everyone that supports me, everyone that uses my affiliate link. That is giving me enough money back to then put back in to keep buying more stuff. So I'm almost at the stage where I'm not broken even, because I bought things, but with the money that I'm making from YouTube, the little money that I'm making, and the incredibly kind gifts that people send me, I'm getting to the stage where it's not costing me money out my own pocket to buy books consistently. So everything I get here, because I do have a couple of main businesses, everything I do here just goes back into the channel to get better equipment and to buy more books so I can just keep doing this because I love what I'm doing. And the idea for this sort of stemmed out of the Red Mage GM, who hopefully a lot of you will have heard of. He did a video about a month ago and he talked about other sort of smaller channels that he thinks don't get enough love. So this is my sort of praise or homage to him for him doing it to me. So I'm going to do this to other channels that have, I don't know whether they're bigger than mine, they just have, I've just done it purely on subscriber count. So anyone that's got more subscribers than me isn't in here. And there's a few that I'm hoping that, well, I think are going to sort of explode really, really fastly. But there's two that I just want to go through first. So Jeff McAleer at the Gaming Gang is my inspiration for this channel. Okay, so I've been watching him for years. He's 15,000 subscribers. You know, he's, I say, just a man that sits in the duct tape studio reviewing books, talking about books. He's amazing on camera. He doesn't and ah and do all the things that I do, and you can tell he's very experienced. And when I used to watch him, I was like, I think I could do that. And I remember like my first videos just over a year ago, and I was just like, do you know what? If Jeff can do it, not meant in a horrible way like that, anyone can do this. So let's just put the camera on, give it a go, and hopefully I'm equal to Jeff. Even though he wears a cap, I don't wear a cap. And, you know, he's got a lot more subscribers than me and is brilliant. So that's the Gaming Gang. The reason I'm putting it on it, because obviously I really like what Jeff does, but he put something on X the other day, basically saying, you know, he's at 15,000 subscribers. And some of his videos don't really get any sort of watching. And he was like, you know, trying to work out what's going on. And YouTube's a weird algorithm. So if you don't subscribe to Jeff, go and subscribe to him. If you are subscribed and don't watch his, just start watching him again. He's brilliant. The information he puts in his news and everything, you know, this is why I do my weekly update. It's all Jeff's fault. Thank you, Jeff. So the rest of these now are really channels that I think you should go and watch, as well as watching me. Don't sort of leave me, please. So yeah, with this, I think there's 12 channels to get through. First one, and they're all in alphabetical order. So there's no, you know, I haven't got a preference. I've just done it alphabetized because it's easier. So I'm going to start off with my really good friend at Foxoff RPG. I think his name's Kieran. Because I just think he kind of says it at the start of his videos now, like I do, and he didn't on his first few. And I'm like, I'm sure it's Kieran. I think that's how he pronounces it. It's because he's got that, you know, that sexy Irish accent. That, but yeah, he does same things as me. Just I say just do what we just do. We videos, reviews. He's just got into interviews as well, and I do like listening to interviews. Even if I interviewed people, it's always good because he thinks of questions that I should have thought of. So I'm listening to his interviews, going, oh, I wish I'd asked that. It's a great little channel, and I don't mean little in that way. You know, he's 200 odd subscribers, but all of these that are below 1,000, let's get them pushed up to at least 1,000. Let's get them to the stage where they're 400 hours, so they at least start making money off their, you know, like I am from my, you know, sitting down in front of a camera for my hobby. Okay, so that's Foxoff RPG. I will put links to all of these YouTube channels as well in the description of this video. The description's going to be massive, so I apologise for that. The next one is Gamers and Goths. Jonathan Hauser, Eliza, sorry, they are the cutest couple that are on YouTube by a long way. And if it wasn't for Jonathan, I wouldn't have my amazing start and finish. He was the guy for free that just, you know, I was going to bed. He went, why haven't you got a start to your videos? And I was like, I'm a stupid old man. I don't understand technology. Woke up in the morning. What do you think of this? I was like, it's amazing. Thank you. How much? He went, you can just have it, just use it. And I think it's probably one of the tipping points of getting my channel from just a middle-aged man talking about YouTube video, books and reviews, to making it look a lot more professional and streamlined when people click in. But he's a big lover of Vampire the Masquerade, Warhammer 40,000, and his videos, his shorts are amazing, his videos are great. I don't know whether it's his wife, Eliza, but they do videos together. They do separately. They do reviews. She does some on her own. So, for example, we've got this here on Regency Cthulhu. Absolutely amazing. They've also got loads of videos with pets, and I think they own a zoo. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, see, 200 and nearly 300 subscribers. Again, let's get these beyond 1,000. I'd say the effort and the skill he puts into his videos to absolutely smash everything I do by comparison. Absolutely brilliant. So he's a big fan of Cyberpunk as well. So yeah, go and Cthulhu. So yeah, go and subscribe there. We've then got Infinite Monkey Tales. So this is the channel that allows me to go on the internet live. There's another one coming up that I've made good friends with on the channel. They get me on. They more than happy to plug Dungeons and Dyslexia on most of their, so they do a lot of videos live on Twitch. I played Pulp Cthulhu on there. I will be starting in August. Rob, who's does Old Boys New Toys with me now, he's coming on. We're both doing Delta Green on there, so you can watch us on there. They're starting to do reviews. I think the first review is the 5th of June. So subscribe to the channel, subscribe to their Twitch. They've got years worth of, well, the 5-year anniversary is coming up soon, so they've got years and years of videos. Here's me on there. Actually, you can see me, look there in the, I'm pointing with my finger, but there's me with a little pointer there, drinking whatever that coffee was that I was having. There are so many different role-playing games and stuff that you can watch, so do go and subscribe to them. Desperately trying to get these guys over 1,000. That would be amazing if they can start earning from it. We've then got Matthew Constantine, who is a wonderful YouTuber. He's got 460 videos. He's not far off the 1,000. We will get him there very quickly, but he doesn't just do, as you can see, role-playing books. But he does Ars Magica. He's covered Ars Magica. Not many channels cover the amazing Ars Magica. But he also covers 3D figures. He opens up like terrain things. Really, really interesting and fascinating what he does. And he's just him. And I say just him, same as just me. Sat down with a review, just going through a book, giving his first impressions. Very articulate, really good guy to watch. And say, there's thousands of things that he's got videos on, so go and subscribe there. We got Mr. Mean Speaks. He's broken the magical 1,000, so he doesn't need any more subscribers. He does. He's a great guy. Again, covers all of the people in here, as you can see, they all cover so much more similar to what I do, which is why I watch them. It's very inspiring to have people with such wonderfully eclectic collections of role-playing books, that it's not just, actually I don't think any of these are 5e content creators, which is why we're not all sat at 100,000 subscribers. We could all just switch tomorrow and go, do you know what, we're only going to do 5e and do those sort of videos. And I'm not knocking anyone that does 5e, it's just I don't play a lot of 5e. I don't play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, hence the reason I don't talk about it. And all the people here are in very much the same sort of things. Like, it's just a nice sort of spread of videos to go and watch. The curveball is Dewan, who is, if you watch any of my live reviews and giveaways, Dewan is on there. You won't have recognised him this week because he shaved his beard off, so none of us knew who he was when he arrived and it popped up. But we were talking a few weeks ago, and you said that, before we did the live reviews, I used to do YouTube. Get back on it. Let's just start doing them. And last month he did this amazing thing. So we've got this series here, Dungeon a Day, that he bought a calendar with the little boxes in, and he did this random chart. And every day he rolled a number from a D100, and that told him the theme of the room. And he amazingly through this whole thing, and he's jumped up something like 500 subscribers. It might even be 600 subscribers in a week. It's absolutely incredible. He's soon going to smash the 1,000. He's soon going to be funded, so that's going to be absolutely amazing. I really look forward to Dewan making a ton of money. He will be joining me at the expo as well, so we will be able to actually catch up and meet each other for the first time. We've then got River's RPG channel, and he tends to do, I tend to see him more on shorts than longs, But like all the other channels that I've talked about, he is, like me, just a older man trying to be gentle on how I say this, because I haven't got a clue how old any of these people are. And he just talks about, Vox Machina things. A lot of them are just him sat talking, no spoilers, but flash reviews. Really, really good channel, because it's more than, you go through dice and different things like that. So it's just absolutely brilliant. He does do more sort of role-playing stuff, but it is more sort of older editions, but he does also cover 5th edition, so if you want to sort of follow him on that for 5th edition stuff as well. But yeah, Rivers, again, really nice guy. We've then got Runeforge Tabletop Gaming, he's my competition. William is my no, he's become a really good friend over the last, probably about the last month we've been talking. We do very, very similar videos, so we're starting to become, it feels, one of the go-tos for people to send zines to on Shadow Dark, which is absolutely amazing. He does everything I do, but better and more concise. I will do a review and it will take me 40-45 minutes, because I insist on talking on every page, because my OCD won't allow me to skip a page, because I think you might then question why I've missed a page out. He does everything I do a lot shorter, more concise. He puts better graphics in. His thumbnails are better than me. He's got a better beard. He's not better looking. That's subjective. But as I said, we are going to be doing some joint reviews going forward. We're doing recording two next week. I'm doing Runes Volume 1. Well, that's my pick. And he's picked... shall I say what he's picked? No, I'm not going to say. So you have to wait for the video to come out, because maybe he's announcing it on his channel. But like me, I just broken the 2000. He's chasing the 2000. Let's get him over there. He's great channel. His interview here with Black Lodge Games was amazing. Again, another one of these guys. He does reviews, does interviews, and asks better questions than the questions that I want to watch. So even when I'm watching his review, I'm still learning stuff on people that he's spoken to. So that is Runeforge Tabletop Games. We've then got Bill the Final Frontiers. It's his fault, okay? This is Bill the Final Frontiersman, who's made me go and buy Star Trek 2nd edition, because I first met him when we played Sentience together with Al Spader. So when that video goes up, you'll be able to see Bill on there. Obviously, again, he's over that 1,000 magical subscribers, which is that first target we all want to get to. But if you want to learn about Star Trek card games, anything to do with Star Trek, he's based in Japan, but everything you ever wanted to know about Star Trek and the card games, the computer, the role-playing game, Bill has got you covered. Okay, so go and subscribe to him. Even if you're not sure about Star Trek and you want to find out about it, go and subscribe. We've then got my good friend RX Oliver, who's done a couple of videos on my channel. So this is, look at him, he's 879 subscribers now, so 103 to go to the magical 1,000. I know he's broken the watch hours, so he's not too far off that magical getting money in from YouTube, which is it's a great feeling. It's not a huge amount of money that you get, but something is a nice reward for what you do. And likewise, we put a lot of time into these channels, we put a lot of effort into it, and it does cost us money. So to get something back is better than nothing. This is the channel that I'm on. Say RX has done his top 10 games on my channel. He joined me for an interview that's coming out in about 2 weeks' time, so you'll see that when it gets out. But this is where I'm playing Fallout. I've played the Drowned War, which is the interview that I did with Dustin Smith, the creator, which is coming out. And I've played a few things on here, so you will see other games. They also they have got D&D games on here, more Fallout, lots of Call of Cthulhu as well. So there's lots of games. He's always running things on Twitch as well, just like Infinite Monkey Tale. So yeah, these are the two places that I go to play live, so you can find me on there. We've then got Tabletop Gaming by Wolf. Was it Wolf Photo Tech? 750 subscribers, so again nearly there. And this is very similar to some of the other ones that we've talked about, and it's, I don't know how old he is again, so I'm not going to say middle-aged. He's probably younger than me, but he's just talking, likewise doing reviews of dice, overviews, but yes, Shadowrun, very similar to me. Been doing it a fair amount of time longer, but covers so many different types of books in here. And this, this is the reason to be subscribing to these channels, because you will see, videos pop up for books and games that you've never heard of that you can then just sit and watch and learn something about it. He's even, does maps, etc. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant channel. And then we've got, finally, apart from one, there's one at the end. So I've left Pookie to last because he has become a very good friend of mine. He actually was not quite the inspiration for starting the channel, because obviously I said we've got Jeff McAleer from the Gaming Gang, but I'd done a few videos. And I was very sort of disheartened very early days because I wasn't picking up subscribers. I wasn't getting anywhere, because YouTube didn't send me out to anyone. It just doesn't. Sometimes the algorithms is a strange thing. And I actually met Pookie at a local convention, and we got talking, and I suddenly realised who he was. We then talked about the channel. I went home, sent a couple of messages back, and he says, look, I've just watched your channel. What you do is really good. It's really professional looking, and, the way you talk and stuff. And I was like, do you know what? I can carry on with this now. So he's the person that kept me in and kept my channel going. And then I'm fortunate enough, he joined my Discord, and I get to sit down and do reviews with him as well. And his knowledge, he must have reviewed, I think, 8 million books, somewhere around there at this stage. It's not quite that many, but he's just absolutely, the knowledge this man has, because he's been reviewing books for years. I think I can't remember what number he's on, but it's just, here he is with, he's got nearly 2,000 videos here of him just sat in his garden in the nook, drinking his cup of tea, just talking about it. But his full reviews are in writing. And again, I'll put the links to all his reviews down. He actually links all of his new reviews as well on my Discord. So if you want to see how he reviews and the amount of things that he books, come and join me on the Discord as well. Okay, that is it, bar one. Okay, now I'm going to put this one on because I discovered this guy the other day, and this is Breadbox TTRPG. He's only got 3 videos, and he's got 60 subscribers, so it's a very new channel. And the first video he did a couple of weeks ago was the Shucked Oyster. Okay, and he does this amazing style where it looks, he takes footage from older movies and does it in a really interesting way. And I was like, I watched this first one, I was like, wow, this is really good. Realised, Fox Off RPG and I are one of the early subscribers to him, and we were like, this guy's really good. And when I sort of commented on the video, where is it? I think this might. So he's got comments here from Black Lodge Games. Good to see you. Keep going, I think he said. Thank you so much. I've been enjoying you lately, and you played a role in pushing me to finally get some skin in the game. Now, what is nicer than that? Than someone basically saying, my whatever this is channel inspired, not necessarily inspired, because I've talked about people that have inspired me to get going. And I'm one of the people that got him going, and he's going to be huge. The time, and so I hope he keeps going. And I don't mean that I know that he's going to stop, because he is releasing videos almost. It's just under 1 a week, but yeah, it's really nice. It's what he does is good. So go and support, and go and subscribe to everyone that I've talked about on this video. But that's it. That is my weekly update. So I'll be back with another one of the. No, I don't think I will next weekend, because next weekend is the UK Gaming Expo here in the UK, and I'm going to be there all 3 days. So I'm going to be there the all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. If you see me there, come and say hello. Seriously, I'll even sign some paper. No, I won't. Well, I might if you ask me. No boob signing though. I'm not signing any boobs because I might sign some boobs. But no, come and say hello. And I'll thank you for subscribing, using my affiliate link and stuff, because without you, I wouldn't still be doing this. Because I've got numbers now where I generally enjoy it. I get comments on my videos. I get interaction. I drive my wife mad because she's like, "You're always talking about YouTube," and I'm like, "Well, that's because I enjoy it." It's a hobby I enjoy. I don't really know many people that live near me to talk about it. I can share my love of new books. But yeah, so I'm going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Playing games. I'll be in disguise because I don't wear glasses mostly. I only wear glasses when I'm looking at screens, watching TV close, or reading and writing. So this is me without glasses. This is my Superman. This is Clark Kent. That's the right way around, isn't it? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I'm looking forward to spending a silly amount of money. I'm going to be putting YouTube money and the affiliate link money back into stuff that I'm hoping to pick at the expo. I've got a few meetings with some publishers, so hopefully I can get a few more publishers on board. So I've got Chaosium, I've got Cubicle 7 and Free League are sending me stuff. Got a few other local ones, UK ones that I'm working on, and then obviously wonderful people on Facebook that send me things to put on. No one actually asks you to put it on the channel. They go, let me know what you think, and they sort of trust me, as I always say, with their baby. And if I like it, it'll get on the channel. If I don't like it, it maybe not, because I have a hard time recording something and just being horrible about it. I was brought up, if you don't like something, just shut up and don't mention it. But that's it. That is my video for the week. I'll be back maybe next weekend with In Between, and it might go out slightly later, or it might be maybe on the Monday that this goes, which then I can do the full review. So I will have a weekly update, but it might not be on the Sunday evening. So sorry if it's not. Hope you understand, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.